Well, to answer the question of why the Jays are so bad before we get into the draft, they have lost a lot of their players. This is what the top options look like for them. Granted, their team probably shouldn't be as bad as they are given the pitching. But yeah, like Vladdy's gone, Bo Bichette's gone. A lot of their modern day stars are no longer there. Let's do this. Big old draft for us coming up. We get a Miguel Blade deal for Matt Chapman. That's going to be a no. All right. So. We should have had the 3rd pick. Instead, we have the 5th pick. Yet another draft for us here. Cincy, Oakland, Kansas City, and Colorado. The usual suspects. 2 of them moved up, and it was Colorado and Cincy. 2 went out. That's right, because the bottom 3 last year were us, Oakland, and Kansas City, all AL teams. So Cincinnati won the lottery and might, for the 2nd time, get an amazing second baseman. With the 1st overall pick, the Cincinnati Reds select a man with a beard, Darren Fortune. And one of the dominoes we were hoping would fall did not. Darren Fortune goes to Cincinnati, and given that they have, I think it's McMahon at second base, it makes sense that they went with him. 2nd overall, the Oakland Athletics. It's a white guy. I'll never live that down. It's not Quo. It's Eric Lesniewski. So somebody that we would have been looking at 4th overall. Oakland also goes for starting pitching. He was the 8th projected pick. The Kansas City Royals select 3rd overall. Are they going to take the man that we want? No, they are not. Kansas City goes way off the board for Robert Baisley. 44th ranked entering the draft. He goes 3rd overall to Kansas City, which means we are 1 pick away from getting the number 1 player in this draft. Will Colorado screw it up for us? We finish bottom 3. We lose the lottery, end up with the 5th pick, but will somehow, some way, that top player still fall to us? Let's find out. Will Colorado ruin it for us? 5 seconds away. What will the Rockies do? They take Cy Downey. Oh my God. The 37th ranked starter. Kansas City and Colorado go off the board, which means at number 5, we will land for the 2nd time in 3 years, according to our scouts, the number 1 prospect in baseball, at least in the draft. 2 years ago, that did not work out very well. The difference this time is it's not only our scouts that say he is the best, it's the ranking system to begin with. Everything screams that William Quo will be a phenomenal baseball player. But did our scouts get it wrong? Here's the difference again. It's a new scouting team. It's not the same one from the Duff incident. Number 5. Should have gone number 1. William Quo to the Boston Red Sox. How on earth did he fall to us at number 5? When Darren Fortune went first, I thought we were screwed. Incredible. but the huge reaches from Kansas City and Colorado saved us. Sam Vaughn goes 6th overall to the White Sox, a starting pitcher. Nolan Castillo, who was projected 4th. That's who I thought we were going to end up with. He goes to Philadelphia. How would you say Quo in a Boston accent? William Quo. Probably be an A. Oh, no, it'd be Kuo. You got to think about it being on a Boston radio sports call, and that William Kuo. Yeah, Bill Kuo. Bill Kuo. Let's see. Wow, a huge reach from Arizona. Kyle Tyner, 35th ranked. First baseman goes to the Diamondbacks. Noah Winkler, first baseman, goes to Pittsburgh. Scouts didn't like him as much. Strong handlebar, though. Toronto gets Jacob Lamar, right where he was expected to go, another starting pitcher. Sammy Hernandez, the third baseman, goes to Cleveland. Or finally not what they used to be. Leon Adams, starting pitcher. Got the big Mike packing a bunch of shit. Leon Adams goes to Washington. Will Horn, another reach in round 1. 64th projected. Catcher off to San Francisco. And starting pitcher Robert Donahue, who was 42nd projected, goes to Milwaukee. And Richie Hearn. Richie Hearn, the 23-year-old enigma as a starting pitcher. He goes 15th to St. Louis. Brings us to Baltimore. Julian Acevedo was the 5th ranked prospect. He falls to 16th. But the starter off to Baltimore. Texas takes third baseman Jose Ojeda. Pretty much where he was expected to go. Tampa takes starting pitcher Howie Wilder. A little bit early, but nothing too crazy. Minnesota takes catcher Richard Kim. Was projected 26th. That's also a little bit early. San Diego, we drafted 5th. Holy God, talk about drafting for need. San Diego takes 106th ranked first baseman Sammy Coley with the 20th overall pick. Remind me to check the Padres. Mariners take third baseman Brian Beasley. Big Mike fucking saves some for the rest of us. Beasley was 32nd projected. The Mets take starting pitcher Gary Yokoyama. They might have gotten a bit of a steal there. The Dodgers take left fielder Miles Oliveros. Another reach. What year is this? We're in 2030 already, if I'm not mistaken. But 85th projected Miles Oliveros. The Braves take third baseman Eric James. It was projected 24th. The Yankees take starting pitcher Nate Miller, who was projected 17th. Astros starting pitcher Damian Valenzuela. Decent pick. As the Marlins second baseman Damon Henley. He was projected 71st. Criminy. Close to 40-year-old Tookie. Jesus Christ. Starting pitcher Jose Montano goes to the Angels. He's projected 34th. Our runners-up in the World Series, the Tigers take Kenneth Rahav, the first baseman, first-round projection. And your world champion Cubs will select Stephen Koo, second baseman, who was projected 84th. So again, the competitive balance rounds. Then we have the third pick of round 2. We got to hope to still see some of those relievers. So you had the Guardians take Schultz early. Fernandez goes early. Damon Zlidshak. I believe it'd be Ladishak. I think the Z is ignored. And SZYK is always like Jack. So what a fucking reach from Arizona. Colorado took Sean Leone, who was projected 7th. Stephon Feliz is off the board to Kansas City. And Percy Cortez goes to Pittsburgh. You have Giuseppe Medina. I was hoping he'd fall to us, and then Chris Hernandez. So somebody did still fall to us. We have options. You have Ellis Betts, Mariano Pena, Julian Lantigua, or Frank Armas. Now, Armas has the best potential. 20 years old. His overall's not going to be great. Lantigua's 21. His overall could be much better. So that's the question. Based off of what we know, our scouts like Ellis Betts the best. Betting on Betts. But Frank Armas is interesting because he's more of a guarantee. He's more of a guarantee, but he's also more of a project at 20 years old. But you know he's going to have a good potential. That's tough. But now is the time to take a closer early in the second round. Now is the time. Again, Betts, 45% interest. It's also worth noting, for these two, we'd have to fight for him for a little bit. Lantigua and Armas like us a little bit more. We need to get this right. I mean, I fucking love what he's going to look like in the future. Control's going to be weak. Looks like Frank Armas has a cannon, but that's about it. We got a minute and a half. Pena looks very well-rounded. And then same thing for Ellis Betts. He's going to have a cannon. So both Betts and Armas are the same. Cannons for an arm. But the more well-rounded options appear to be Pena or Lantigua. I'm going to go with Lantigua. There's the close name Mariano. There's Armas. Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough, but off of what we know, we're going to go with Julian Lantigua. And hopefully our scouts are about right. We'll find out for sure. Acevedo was gone. Ellis Betts went to Arizona. Pena went to Toronto. Armas goes to St. Louis. So who's available for us in round number 3? We are basically in best guess territory. And immediately our scouts are like, hey, you might want to look at this closer, Carlo Valentine. We don't know a damn thing about this guy. But given that we're just going off a best guess, and I'll gladly take another reliever, let's take another one, Carlo Valentine. I doubt he's that good, but you never know. You never know. Let's see, round number 4. Looking at first base, third base, or shortstop. There's one first baseman left, Caleb Bowers. Third base, Lane Rigdon, Bobby Park. And at shortstop, yikes. At least off of what we know. Fucking yikes. Marshall Nieve as the youngest option. Carlo. There you go. You're right. I gotta say it the right way. Sorry. There's also David Young as a third baseman. Okay, there's a lot of younger third basemen. Well, there's 3 third basemen, excuse me. 1 shortstop, 1 first baseman. 114, 176. And given the fact that Caleb Bowers was projected the highest, let's just go for him and hope for the best. And hopefully the other guys are still available. So we'll take Caleb Bowers with the pick. Hoping for the best. The rest of our guys are still there. Let's pick number 137. Let's go for the shortstop, Marshall Nieve. And hopefully one of those third basemen are still available. And, well, the choice was made for us. Lane Rigdon, the Canadian. Unfortunately, Pack was not available. So, again, beyond the first round, we don't know for sure. Second round, we kind of had a hint. But the bottom line is we get William Kuo. Oh, Billy K-Wo. K-oo. Trying to think. All I can hear is the people who call in to Boston sports radio stations and how they would say it. And I can think of 1,000 ways they could butcher this poor guy's name. But yeah, William Kuo is the man. Everything looked amazing. We should have had the third pick. We have the fifth. And somehow we still get him. The question is, are the scouts right? And we are going to find out very soon. The funny thing is, we're only 6 games back in the division as well. We might not have to blow it up. Home Run Derby, Yankee Stadium. The representatives, Alex Kirilloff is leading the majors. Taylor Sinclair's up there, again, former first overall pick. And then Aaron Judge, Mets legend. Aaron Judge, for those who missed that, he got traded there in the offseason. Tristan Casas, by the way. Shout out to Tristan Casas. We finally have some representation. I kind of want to play it, but I kind of don't. Just because we get our gameplay fixed through Road to the Show later on in the stream. But let's hope that Tristan Casas had a good showing for himself. And whoops, didn't mean to skip the All-Star, but we do get an offer from the Tigers, and this is an interesting one. Starting pitcher Jason Priest, 18B and a 59, not too bad. And reliever Steven Rosales, who's fine, honestly, for third baseman Brady House. Now, I viewed Brady House as the potential answer. 776 OPS is okay. But he's regressed this season in quite a few ways. He's going to be a fielding first, third baseman that we're going to have to pay that I don't want to pay. I mean, we do have David Chen there. I know he's on a hot streak. I got to be honest. We're going to send Brady House to Detroit. And we'll get more relief help as well. All-Star wise, the AL dominated. We can still see who made it. He's going to be there forever. He really is. Who made it for us? Anteater, what's going on? Of course, Devers. Marcelo Meyer made the All-Star game for us. He was the only one, but that's okay. That is okay. Warrior, I know. I'm ignoring them. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So. Oh, William. We got to get that interest up, buddy. We got Lantigua and Valentine. I'm going to try to sign Lantigua pretty much immediately. I'm going to offer him for fair value to start off. And he takes it. So, Julian Lantigua, welcome. As we may have just added another good reliever. And from there, we're going to have to build up interest in others. Which is okay. But we do get our second round pick. I don't remember the last time our second round pick actually signed with us. It's kind of a rarity. All right, here we go. Billy Quo. We'll offer you fair value, Billy. Will you take it? No. All right, so we're going to have to keep working on him. That's okay. Surviving the tornado scare. Oof. Well, I hope you're good. Am I going to play the new PGA? I'm kind of waiting a little bit longer. The problem is I am not tired of baseball yet at all. All right, Mr. Quo. Again, I'm going to offer you fair value. Declined again. That's a bit scary. That's a little bit scary. Sox are having a strong second half. That's what we've done the past couple of years. Derp as well. What's going on? Again, thank you to everyone tuning in. Appreciate you. Righteous Heathen. Drop kick the Murphys back to the minors. Good band, actually. Yeah, you know, people are making Boston jokes. How about them drop kick Murphys? How about the Murphs? That's what they call them, right? The Murphs? Oh, man. Goodness. All right, give me 1 second. Goodness. All right. Scouting. Willie. Can we sign you? Again, I'm going to go fair value deal. Please. Please, man. He should have been first. We could have gotten him at 3. We had to pray to number 5, and somehow he was there. Will the 5th overall pick, William Quo, be the man that we need him to be? We're also going to send an offer to Carlo Valentine. Actually, I'm going to wait. Build up that interest a little bit more. Let's get Lane Rigdon in there as well. So our top 2 draft picks have already been signed. Record timing. All right, Carlo, fair value for you is 846. Carlo Valentine has signed as well. All right, let's get our last man in there, Marshall Nieve, who looks like garbage. I can't imagine we're going to sign him. Tigers, Miguel Due for Wilmer Flores, who's 29 at this point. I do not want to make that trade. Oakland, Miguel Blay for Landon Knacker. No, thank you. All right, still can't offer anybody anything. Yeah, Marshall Nieve is looking abysmal. I don't know if we're going to sign him at all. White Sox, Miguel Blay for Sean Burke. The goalie? It's going to be a no. White Sox, Miguel Due for Sean Burke. Leave me alone. Angels, Miguel Due. I do not want to trade him. We just beat Seattle 14-2. We're only 6 games under 500 right now. All right, Caleb Bowers, you could be kind of sort of decent. I'll offer you a fair value deal. He said no. Keep building up interest. We're heading towards the deadline. Chase DeLauder for Ryan McMahon. I'm going to say no. Dodgers, Dave Cole for Aaron Schunk. I mean, to have a depth option, not a terrible idea, but Dave Cole might still make it. So I'm going to say no for that reason. Trade deadline, the Royals, Martin Webster for Bryce Wilson. We're going to say no for that. And here we go. It is deadline day to sign these last 3 picks. We got $1.75 million left. So Mr. Bowers, max offer, he signs. Which is beautiful. Why leave Nieve up to chances and that hurt the other 2? Not as far as I know. I mean, who knows? With the extra scouting, he might have turned around, but he didn't. Lane Rigdon said no, which is okay. I mean, I can't imagine that great. Marshall, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're nice. We're just not going to sign you. So with that, it's time to find out. Did we just get the steal of the century? Did we, chat, get the steal of the century? Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Oh, baby! 5th overall! And needless to say, The best decision we have ever made was firing those scouts after the Duff debacle. Because they are now 2 for 2, man. They are 2 for 2. Last year with the center fielder, and this year with William Quo, who will be our second baseman next season. Unreal. How the hell did we get him 5th overall? So many teams just screwed up. Whew, he can't play the position. He's got time to develop, man. He's 19. He's 19. I mean, hey, the arm doesn't need to be great. But, you know, certain defensive stats certainly could improve a little bit. But, man, I mean, we're not complaining. We're not complaining. William Quo. Yes. It's the best player we've ever drafted, man. That's the, have you heard of the Quo 4, right? That is the best player we have ever drafted. Switch hitter as well. Yes. Yes. God, we needed that. Second round, Lantigua, not bad. 71 overall at 21 with a B potential. And he does have good velocity, good starting break. Needs to work on his control a little bit. But again, he'll be in our bullpen next year. We're 2 for 2 in this draft. Making 3 for 3. I know he's 22 years old, but 65 A potential for Carlo Valentine. He's going to make the majors in 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, he'll be ready. Old Carlo. Carlo, don't remind me of Bobby Valentine. Can we go 4 for 4? No, we cannot. Caleb Bowers is the definition of mid. But that's okay. It was a blind guess. Nice mustache. I don't care if Lantigua was 1 point away from C. I don't care. William Quo, 5th overall. Yes. That's insane.